Hey, hi, hello, this is Scott Farrow of Blue Shoe Recruiting. Today's segment, how to find the best talent, how to find more talent to come through your talent pipeline. I wanted to talk to you about the one thing that makes the big difference, the one thing that I found in my career that made a huge impact on my success and what took me from a mediocre to one of the best recruiters in the business. Over 2 decades ago, I was an average recruiter. I was certainly plagued with some challenges, and I had some setbacks and some financial heartache. But I want to talk to you about the one thing that I discovered that made all the difference in the world. But before we get there, let me talk to you CEOs out there. So you CEOs that are in a startup organization, you're looking to find the best talent in the marketplace. You may be short on time and don't have a lot of money to dedicate to this. I can certainly share with you the best possible technique to find the talent in the marketplace that you have no access to. If you're a VP of Human Resources or a VP of Talent, formerly known as a VP of Human Resources, and you're looking to put together your first ever talent acquisition team, I can certainly show you how to do that effectively so that you will not have to pay agency fees ever again. So really bringing that in-house or the recruiting function in-house. If you are a transitioning career executive and you want to strategically put yourself in front of the right people and get yourself hired by some of the brand markets, I'm happy to show you how to do that, but there is one key ingredient to do that. Now, back to my story. My journey, as I mentioned, I have over 2 decades of recruiting experience. The one thing I learned which transitioned me from an average to one of the best recruiters in the business was this one thing. It took me from earning, I'd say, mediocre money to phenomenal money. And it wasn't overnight. It took some hard work, but certainly wanted to talk to you about that. Early in my career, I was making endless amounts of cold calls, calling up to vice presidents and talking to them about their positions and their open positions. I was skill marketing candidates. I was doing all the right things. But it wasn't until I found this one thing, this one key ingredient that made all the difference in the world. Most of my conversations to these VPs of technology went one of two directions. Hey, listen, we're finding the talent on our own. We don't need your help, thanks. Or you really should talk to HR. I have no knowledge of where we are with the search, and please have a conversation with HR. So the second conversation, hey, listen, you need to have a conversation with HR, was usually very fast. Hey, we've got all the help we need. We don't need any additional, so thanks so much. It wasn't until I broke through and started calling these vice presidents of technology and all these high-level decision makers at the end of the lunch hour, typically midday, was probably the best place to catch them. And I transitioned from not being able to reach them and leaving voicemail messages to catching them. And when I caught them, I was asking questions all the wrong way. All of the questions were close-ended questions, the yes and the no. And there's no possible way, no way that you can build a story and talk to your candidates off of a half of a job description or no knowledge or really no understanding of what the company is doing, what they want you to learn as a candidate, and really what your career can do from a long-term perspective. It wasn't until I had this moment of, hey, why don't we try this aha moment, if you will, where I started asking the right questions, the questions that lend themselves to dialogue, the open-ended questions. Why is this position open? When do you look to fill this position? What are some of the things that you're looking for in an ideal candidate? It started to build this rapport, started to build this fact-finding mission and help me build a story. So in the recruiting business, we call that sizzle, S-I-Z-Z-L-E, but really it's a story. How do you tell a story to a candidate that will get them to leave what they're currently doing and migrate to this company and ultimately get you paid a fee? So I went from not telling a good story and having mediocre candidates answer ads to building a fantastic story as to what this company is doing, why this person should be a great impact player for them, and what this can do for their career. Transitioning from those active candidates to those passive candidates, but for my phone call, we're not looking for a job change. When I called them and told them this story, it immediately impacted them enough that they wanted to send me their resume. They wanted to chase me down to make sure that I had presented them to this client. Whole different ballgame. Get really good at telling a story. So the one tip that's going to take your career to the next level as a recruiter is to make sure you ask those open-ended questions, build that story, be able to relate that story to a candidate, and make that so visceral, such a great idea for this candidate that they want to ultimately change the world by coming to work for your company, your client ultimately. I hope this was helpful. I wanted to give you just one piece of information today. There's going to be a ton of other pieces of information that you're going to want to know about to take your career to the next level. I'm happy to spend some time with you discussing what those are, how you can certainly transition from a mediocre recruiter to one of the best in the business. There are all kinds of videos on my YouTube channel. Please subscribe in the lower right-hand corner for next week's information. If you like this video, please like it, please share it. And if you want to reach out to me as for some individual coaching, if you're a CEO, again, looking for top tier talent, if you're looking for a VP of HR or a HR VP of people, looking to build that in-house talent acquisition team, or if you are an executive transitioning to a new company, reach me here, blueshoe.notbrown@gmail.com. blueshoe.notbrown@gmail.com. I'm Scott Farrell. Until next week, have yourself a good one.